Iran's latest missile wave is reported to have struck locations believed to be used as hideouts by combat pilots. Following the killing of the I.R.G.C. Navy chief, Iran have focused their response on targets linked to US and Israeli military officers. Reports say Iran is not only striking military infrastructure, but also aiming at residential areas used by US and Israeli personnel. I.R.G.C. drones have been reported to hit facilities linked to Elbit and Kanfit, both associated with the arms industry inside Israel. While Donald Trump speaks about a possible peace deal, the ongoing Iranian strikes have continued despite these statements.
So we've had very good negotiations today with Iran, getting a lot of the things that they should have given us a long time ago. We'll see how it works out, but they're very good, moving along very nicely.
Iran signaled what it called a new phase in the conflict by launching its 87th round of strikes on March 30th, portraying this wave as an escalation in its ongoing campaign. The I.R.G.C. announced that its latest airstrikes were aimed at joint US-Israeli command centers and locations it described as secret hideouts used by military pilots. Tehran stated that these attacks formed part of the 87th wave of its ongoing Operation True Promise 4, which it frames as a sustained response against US and Israeli forces. According to Iranian officials, the 87th wave involved a mix of ballistic missiles and so-called Kamikaze drones, intended to hit multiple targets across a wide area. The I.R.G.C. named several systems, including Emad, Qiam and Khorramshahr missiles, saying these were among the weapons deployed in the latest round of strikes. Iran asserted that its forces had effectively struck command nodes, drone storage hangars and weapons warehouses, though the extent of actual damage remains independently unverified. The I.R.G.C. stated that it focused on what it called hiding places used by American and Israeli pilots, presenting these locations as key operational hubs rather than ordinary residences. Iranian authorities claimed that 5 US military bases in the wider region came under attack in this latest round, without providing detailed evidence for each reported strike. Tehran reported that its missiles and drones were directed at sites in Haifa Bay, Kiryat Shmona, Tel Aviv and Sheva, describing them as military-linked targets inside Israel. Iran further listed Dimona, Kharj and Jufair as locations hit by I.R.G.C. units, suggesting a geographically dispersed set of strikes across several countries. At the same time, the I.R.G.C. accused Israel of carrying out a covert attack on a water desalination facility in Kuwait, alleging it was done to inflame regional tensions. Tehran described the alleged operation in Kuwait as a false flag strike, condemning it as both unlawful under international norms and inhumane due to its impact on civilian water supplies. The I.R.G.C. urged governments across the Middle East to remain vigilant, warning that what it calls American, Israeli plots and sedition could drag more countries into the conflict. Iran said it had carried out a separate series of UAV strikes aimed at what it described as military procurement facilities located inside Israel. According to Tehran, the drones were directed at targets in the Tel Aviv area and in HaGalil, with both locations described as being within Israeli territory. Iranian officials named Elbit Systems and Kanfit Limited as key defense companies they claim were targeted in these strikes, saying the sites were linked to weapons production and supply. Iran's army said the latest drone mission was carried out in memory of I.R.G.C. Navy Chief Alireza Tangsiri, framing the operation as a tribute to his role and recent death. On March 30th, Tehran announced that Admiral Tangsiri had been killed in what it described as a joint American-Israeli airstrike, presenting this as the reason for its latest response. At the same time, the US president stated that there had been some progress in attempts to reach a broader peace agreement, even as tensions and exchanges of fire continued.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Mr. President.
So we've had very good negotiations today with Iran, getting a lot of the things that they should have given us a long time ago. See how it works out, but they're very good, moving along very nicely. And they've destroyed a lot of additional targets today. The Navy's gone, the Air Force has gone, we know that. Oh, we destroyed many targets today. It was a big day. And we are negotiating with them directly and indirectly. We have emissaries, but we also are dealing directly. And as you know, they've agreed to send 8 boats 2 days ago, and then they added another 2, so it was 10 boats. And now today they gave us as a tribute, I don't know, we can't define it exactly, but they gave us, I think out of a sign of respect, 20 boats of oil, big boats of oil, going through the Hormuz Strait. And that's taking place starting tomorrow morning. Over the next couple of days, a lot of boats. And I would only say that we're doing extremely well in that negotiation. But you never know with Iran, because we negotiate with them and then we always have to blow them up. Whether it's the B-2 bombers or just terminating, as an example, the Iran nuclear deal done by Barack Hussein Obama, probably the worst deal we've ever done as a country, one of the dumbest deals we've ever done. But I terminated, unfortunately, otherwise right now they'd have a nuclear weapon. Then we did the attack with the B-2 bombers and we stopped them from having nuclear. And now we had to blow them up again. And we will probably, I think we'll make a deal with them, pretty sure. But it's possible we won't. But we've had regime change, if you look already, because the one regime was decimated, destroyed, they're all dead. The next regime is mostly dead. And the third regime, we're dealing with different people than anybody's dealt with before. It's a whole different group of people. So I would consider that regime change. And frankly, they've been very reasonable. So I think we've had regime change. I mean, we can't do much better than that. The regime that was really bad, really evil was the first one. That was done. The second was appointed, and they're gone. They're all dead, other than one who may have a little life in him. And then they're really in the third group. And the third group of people that seem to be much more reasonable. It truly is regime change. And regime change is an imperative. I think we have it automatically.
Sir, could you foresee a deal in Iran this upcoming week?
I do see a deal in Iran, yeah.
Mr. President,
Could be soon.
are you considering still putting boots on the ground, and would you do that without going to Congress?
I just have lots of alternatives. We have tremendous numbers of ships over there. We don't need them though because of, the power. Look, I would say we're just like we're ahead of schedule on the ballroom. In a much bigger way, we're ahead of schedule with Iran. We're weeks ahead of schedule. If you would have said that in 3 days we were going to knock out 158 ships, their entire Navy, which we did, we knocked out their entire Air Force. We knocked out most of their missiles. That's why you see missile attacks when they're down to, they're sputtering. And we have a group, it's really a new regime. It's a group of people that we've never dealt with before, that are acting very reasonable. It is truly regime change.
Is Khomeini's son still alive, sir? Is he a part of these
We think he
conversations?
may be. Nobody's heard about him. I mean, he may be alive, but he's obviously very seriously in trouble. He's seriously wounded.
You had offered that 15-point plan to Iran. Did they ever come back to
Yeah,
a
they came back on the 15-point
What did they
plan.
say?
They gave us most of the points. Why wouldn't they?
And you make it sound like they've made some concessions. Can you identify those?
Well, they're agreeing with us on the plan. I mean, we asked for 15 things, and for the most part, we're going to be asking for a couple of other things. And just to prove that they're serious, they gave us all these boats. When I talked about 4 days ago a present, I said they gave me a present. But I didn't think I was at liberty to say what it was. What it was 8 plus 2. It's 10 massive boatloads of oil. And today they gave us another present. They gave us 20 boatloads of oil. That starts being shipped tomorrow. We're having very good meetings, both directly and indirectly. And I think we're getting a lot of very important points.